Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to LEGO The Hobbit. Let us continue. So, last time we decided that this was the next step in the story. I'm not sure if it really is, because you have all of this Rivendell stuff, and as far as I can see, there's like nothing happening there. No level. Like, this whole section, I don't see a level in it. All of Rivendell, I don't see a level in it. It feels like the only way that could possibly have been the case is that we would have done this and then walked all through Rivendell, seen maybe a few cutscenes all the way to this point, and then that would have been it. I don't think anything further to the right is possibly involved. So from this point, if I assume that that was the next step, it's pretty logical to assume that this is the next step, Goblin-town. So let's do that. So I don't have anything of anything. We'll need 3 mini kits and 2 items in the first section, 1 mini kit in the Great Goblin, which is a fight, I think. Yeah, I'm remembering what this is all about. Riddles in the dark. Okay, and then the vast majority of everything is at escaping the Goblin tunnels. So, should not be too much of a trouble. Again, I'm going to try and play as Bilbo, since he has the ring ability.
Drenched and exhausted, the company stumbled across the entrance to a large, empty cave. It seemed luck had granted them an ideal place to wait out the storm. However, all was not as it seemed.
It looks safe enough. Search to the back. Caves in the mountain are seldom unoccupied.
Seems like the story is continued from the last level we played.
Bofa, take the first watch. What's that?
Oh, so we are going to meet up with Gollum, and from what I heard, talking to somebody who is a much bigger fan, or a fan in general of the Tolkien series, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and everything else he's wrote, because he wrote a few other sci-fi books and such, Gollum is like a half-human, maybe half-orc, but mostly human, that was kept alive by the ring for a really, really long time. So he's human, is what I heard, not not some kind of orc that had been magically changed, or some kind of hobbit or a dwarf or something.
Stay back. I'm warning you.
So that's a little bit of an explanation there. What's interesting about that dialogue too is I imagine there wasn't a goblin that hit his head and was confused and helped out in this scene, in the movie or the book. I imagine what really happened is he was saying to Gollum those words, so they reappropriated dialogue for their own use. There is a system you can do when voicing for animated things in particular, where a computer program can just tell you a list of words to say, and then it will mix and match those words into the sentences you want. It's not great, it's not the right way to do it if you want to have quality production, but it can be rather efficient, particularly if you have limited time, and they often do have limited time. Let's see. wearing the disguises for this level, just for the fun of it. Let's see, I need to swap. The disguises gag has been done many times in the LEGO series. It's kinda dull. It's kinda silly they don't have any new disguises. I wonder if the Legos themselves have any different disguises. It always gets thrown in. It's an easy thing to add and won't break the game, because all it is a silly thing. Which, honestly, if you're a kid, it would be slightly difficult for you to have ever even run into these cheap party favor disguises at all. As more and more technology stuff becomes the norm, the cheap kind of party favor toys that would be somewhat common when I was a kid, I imagine are now more and more less common, but probably still something you could reach. Need to pull, let's clear off this area a little bit first. Let's see, nope, I need the chain to hit that. Pull! That took a decent amount of pulling. And then, it seems like the other item is actually further along. Yeah. Go ahead and build the bridge. It wasn't very obvious that there was a bridge here to be built. They should have had a bridge already assembled, and then you had to like hit a thing to make it fall down and connect the path. Make it a little bit more obvious. Oh, that is right on the edge of the screen, just hidden. Talk about kind of difficult to see. Well, it seems for this section we're done, at least for a little while. So I think I would slightly prefer if these platforms for this minigame had bigger, like, construction cones on them. Even if it is breaking the realism of the game, I think that would make it look a little more apparent what was going on. That's what they're doing anyways, it's just kind of small with little bricks and rope. And I don't think you get rope very often in LEGO games. I mean LEGO pieces. Because rope could break, string could break, and they sometimes will give you like sails and stuff, but they will have a tendency not to have the sails run through by rope, but through other things. I mean, at least that's what I recall. And string is dangerous, more dangerous than you would think for kids. They can choke on it, they can tie it around a finger and then lose circulation. Of course, for young kids and kids in general, pretty much everything can become very, very dangerous. Notice I had to hit that one little piece on the side, and it wasn't very obvious that that was what was supposed to happen. See, the way this level plays out, it almost feels like the sword has the ability to magically confuse or control the orc, which I don't believe it does. So Gollum is supposed to be just a human, a really, really old human.
My name is Bilbo Baggins.
And I wonder if he just says Gollum whenever he's
Shire.
in
And I want to
pain.
get unlost as soon as possible.
Oh, we know safe paths for hobbitses.
So, why don't we have a game of riddles?
What a ridiculous twist.
And if it loses, what then? If it loses precious, then we eat it.
Fair enough.
What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up it goes, and yet never grows.
Has roots as nobody sees. Like, that's the one part of that riddle that really confused me. It's like, I still don't get it. I still don't understand how a mountain would have roots as nobody sees. Here we got a little squeak hammer. We're trying to get Master Thief too, I guess, right now. Get as much loot as we can here too. So let's now switch to a guy here and pull this. Pull it out of the river, right to this point. Got that. Really, I've only gotten a couple of those. Interesting. I would have thought I'd made more progress than that. Let's get that. We have score times 2 now, so it should be easier to get Master Thief in all the levels. It should be kind of difficult not to get it done.
Voiceless, it cries,
Notice how some cutscenes,
flutters,
they do have the disguises on, some cutscenes they don't. So some of the, so we know some are pre-rendered and some are not. Honestly, one way or the other I'm fine with, but they need to make the decision. Either have all the cutscenes pre-rendered or all the cutscenes in engine. Generally speaking, I would say in engine is the right thing. Because a remake of a game can come 10 years down the line, and if you've remade, if you have all the cutscenes in the engine of the game and you update the engine, everything smoothly and equally looks better. If you pre-render the cutscenes, yes, the cutscenes will probably on day one look a lot better, but then that potential remake is the game itself will look better, and then the cutscenes will look worse by comparison. Of course,
it devours birds, beasts, trees, flowers, gnaws iron, bites steel, grinds hard stones to meal.
see, if they were gonna do riddles too, I would say all of the journey that's happened up to this point could have had riddles and jokes and conversation in it more. And I'm sure in the book it did, and that just didn't get translated to the LEGO game. But that is definitely weird that this first instance is the first time they've ever asked for a riddle. You could make a whole game mechanic around that, and it would offset the fact that we're not really fighting any characters in most levels. The other thing, of course, if you pre-render your cutscenes, but keep all of the original material, you could make a remaster and then re-render the cutscenes to match. But often that's not the case. One of the games I recently covered a few months ago was Deus Ex Human Revolution, and it had been remastered, and the game itself looked really good, but the cutscenes looked worse. So it does certainly happen. They need to be careful either way. Particularly in the LEGO games case, though, it's just do it all engine. It's not that big of a deal for them. They don't look for photorealistic design anyways. Like, how was I supposed to know that the dark brown one was the right piece there? That seemed really unfair. And then that piece doesn't look anything like the color of the other piece. And now the pieces are upside down, so how am I supposed to know which one is the right piece? That's not fair at all. Well, made it to Master Builder. And it does seem like my score multiplier did work there. Look, notice the disguise is not on any of them.
Come on in. I won the game. You promised to show me the way out.
Where is it? Where is it? Stole it.
And he did kind of steal it.
Stole it.
So we move on to the next section, which I believe only has one mini-kit in it. Mini-pig. No, mini-kit. That was the right term. And this level's kind of long.
So bold as to come armed.
No disguise on him right now, but he might have a different disguise
Assassins!
in the level.
Dwarves, Your Malevolence.
Dwarves?
We found them on the front porch.
I know that sword! It is the Goblin Cleaver! Slash them! Beat them! Kill them all!
Right. Yes, so there's one thing. And we're sitting here he's singing. Which I assume the song was in the game. And it's just so strange. Switch to some people that will beat these goblins quickly.
Bones will be shattered, necks will be rotten, beaten and battered from rocks you will die down here and never be found, down in the deep of Goblin-town.
Let's see if I can list things I know weren't actually created by Tolkien. Elves, dwarves, gnomes, all of which have older stories than that predate his time. Alright, so I need to hit this, and then hit B. Did that beat the level without me collecting the minikit? I hope not. I don't understand how I would have been able to get the item.
He wields the foe hammer, bright as daylight. Halt!
Alright, now I can get to it, good. I was like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So I need to switch to somebody that can buddy up. Combine our actions together. Alright, so I need somebody that would hit this. Switch back to that character. Ready to buddy up. Buddy, and here we go. No disguise on him at all. And see, in LEGO Lord of the Rings, they had like bosses, alternate bosses as an extra thing. But I feel like disguises should have included that, so that the bosses would, their disguises would look different. In fact, I forgot I had that even on. And I was looking at the giant spider in LEGO Lord of the Rings, and I go, boy, does that look silly. And I had forgotten it was supposed to look silly. I think I need the slingshot guy now. No, I need Gandalf. Gandalf. Do I not have Gandalf? I have no magician? Alright, fine. We'll switch to Gandalf. Where are you? Onin. How about Radagast? We'll switch to Radagast then. See, and you would think he would be done with singing at this point, but he's gonna start singing in a second. Here we go. Can we hit it? Come. Partner up and smash him. You can definitely tell when it's pre-rendered. There's slightly better shadowing and shading going on, lighting effects. They usually take some action or do something or interact with some object that you don't see act quite the same or appear at all in the regular game play. Now we have throughout the game, I would say, like maybe 2 run sequences, and this feels like parts of this could have been a 3rd run sequence. Hammer, 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 hammer. Get away from me. There we go. So I believe this is the 3rd section now. He didn't start singing, I thought he would have. And I can't just fight these guys. Here we go, so hit this. And pick up. I guess only dwarves can pick this up. Go! Like right there, that should have been a really fun sequence. And it was 5 seconds. Smash that. I'm trying to get... Everything's over there, so... I guess I just push this. And see, I couldn't have turned and hit that. Seems a little strange. It almost seems like that would have been a cutscene or a secret area. Nope, it's just a wall. Can't walk back this way. There we go. Goblin hat. I believe the Goblin hat is part of a quest to dress up as a goblin character. Let's get these sweet studs. We have, so we want green, red, and blue. So now just hit that one more time. And that's it. Green, red, and blue. Notice how well this is designed. The solution is right here, green, red, and blue. The solution is at the top, green, red, and blue. 2 different places. And oh, by the way, the solution is also here as the color of the ropes, green, red, and blue. There's no way you should have been able to miss that. That's kind of where the way it needed to be for all of the ones we've run into, and it certainly hasn't been. They've been a lot more subtle in some of the other places. That doesn't add intriguing gameplay for it to be confusing. It would be intriguing if it was like maybe a riddle to figure out what the code is, but then you need a hint system for people that can't figure out the riddle. This is one of the longer levels. But at least it's longer when you sit here and break everything and try to collect as much loot as possible. Which I still think I need all the loot. It is very likely that what's going to happen is we'll have, I would say, 100 or more extra of some loot things, and still be a little short on some of the others. This allows me to climb up here, which then allows me to go this way, which then allows me to get up to this, to pick up this hammer. Then I need to, I think I can just switch to this guy, and he'll break this, and give me the mini kit once all the bricks have disappeared. Again, why they take any time to disappear makes no sense. In a lot of ways, that's old video game mentality that needs to go away. Is there darkness following me, or is it following the sword? It's following me. Interesting. I think when you break something, if there's no reason for the particles to stay, if they're going to disappear in front of the player's face at all, they should just instantly disappear. It's almost like the game is proudly displaying the fact that it can do particle effects and particle damage to things, but then can't maintain where those particles and elements are for fear of the game breaking or the engine being full of having to render hundreds and hundreds of extra little pieces of broken things. I would almost say have it, as soon as something hits the ground, it disappears. So flies up in the air, hits the ground, disappears. Start this on fire. I'm sure there's a reason for it though. Let's see. No, I don't want to go any further yet. I need the slingshot guy. To hit this. I guess 3 times. As it always requires 3 times. There we go. And now I need the arrow guy to hit targets. There we go. We still have a lot of collectibles to get. We don't have the diagram, and we have 4 mini kits. And it feels like we're somewhat close to the end. Is there a chase sequence after this that I'm not remembering? I'm getting a decent amount of studs here, but I'm just got score times 2. As soon as I had score times 4, we could make some real strides in collecting enough. Remember, the goal is to get to 10 billion, and I don't think I'm gonna do it with just score times 2. In fact, I'm not even really gonna get 1,000,000 in this level. It would be much faster and much more efficient if I needed 1,000,000 to run through the bonus level again. And if I need another 1,000,000, run through the bonus level again. And if I need another 1,000,000, run through the bonus level again. I mean, I could do it 100 times to get 1 billion. I could do it like 1,000 times to get 10 billion. There would be, I think my math might be a little bit off there, but maybe. That would be a lot of effort. A lot of extra effort and a lot of extra work. This chair thing just right there seems out of place. It seems the wrong scale. Let's see, we need Bilbo. I think I was right there. No, I was trying to hold Y, not B. Switch to the ring, put the ring on, collect that. So where is the design? Build, build, and build. And what do we build this time? I don't even know what we're building. I think that's a flaw in this design too, is you kind of need to know what you're gonna build. So maybe they should have like a ghost mechanism here, where you see the object you're trying to build in a ghosted out form. Now that wouldn't really work with Wraith mode unless it was, I don't know, some kind of outlined thing instead of a ghostly form. So it was clear and obviously different. But something there. Something to tell us. Now, of course, I still am not sure exactly what that is. It's just like a crank with a gear on it. I didn't realize that's what I needed. So that section's done. I should be careful to make sure I can find the diagram piece. It is in this section, I think. Looking everywhere. Get back to Gandalf. Here's Gandalf, I guess. We'll go ahead and do this. There we go. Again, I think that sequence could have been longer. Where's the Goblin? Here he is, climbing up here. That's number 8. I wish I had an indicator telling me where the design is. I think I missed it. I think I missed the mythical piece design.
What are you going to do now, wizard?
There's this right here and something over there on the left. Let's switch to this. Get this. That's number 9. And then switch to an elf. There's an elf. Climb up here. That's number 10. But we didn't find the design. Where was it hidden? It would make very little sense if it was hidden in its own, like, separate section. So it had to have been somewhere off screen there. Or very close to, but missed. Here we go. I mean, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. We do fall. We are gonna fall down. So maybe in that fall down sequence. He's jumping around. Do I need to kill these guys? This fight sequence makes no sense. Just like no clue. what you're supposed to do. Let's just jump every time he jumps up. How about that? And avoid the shockwave. Maybe that is what we're supposed to do. So it's like jump. So in this like one scene, there is a decent argument against getting the extra that would give you studs when you kill an orc, but most of the rest of the game you don't find anything, so it's just not enough conflict going on. So we defeat them, everybody starts falling. Is there something I can do? Like, I'm not seeing any. Like, I see this, but I can't shoot it. I'm seeing that dryer washing machine multiple times, but I don't see how we could have hit it. And it seems like it's just supposed to be a joke.
Gandalf! Only one thing will save us. Daylight!
Daylight.
Here, on the feet.
But are these orcs that are turned to stone in daylight, or are they goblins that aren't turned to stone in daylight?
It's ours.
It's taken us 42 minutes to get this far. Man, I'm starting to question whether my clock is right. I bet it isn't. Talk about a long level. So they really had the best opportunity ever, that where you could have where they could have merged the story mode and free play mode into one level and have you spend an hour when you first play it. Maybe even say, like, straight up, you can run all the way from the end of the level to the back to the beginning with no problem. They've never tried to do that. Have it so you could just go do the entire thing backwards and forwards as many times as you want, and not end it until the player of the game decides they're ready to end it. So we got the goblin hat. We are up to almost 2 million. We got the pixel pickaxe, which maybe pixelates things. We got the happy mallet, I think, and the crystal goblin crown. I think all of those are quests that we need to do. We got everything built here. It looks like it's going to be the throne for the Goblin King. Now, we were at 815,000, 1,815,000, and it added 100,000 studs for doing that with score times 2, which I don't know if that's more or less than what it was before. So, two equally valid approaches here. We could go back to the level and try again, Or we could give up and look up a walkthrough and do it later. I want to see if we can figure this out. Now, skipping cutscenes this time.
Drenched
So,
and
as soon
exhausted, the company's
as we get to this point, this is a really long section, but we missed something right here, I believe. And we wouldn't have missed it if we had an indicator. Hit it, come on. There we go. And there's the design right there. Nice. Quit to Middle Earth, save and exit. And we'll just skip through this. So, incredibly lucky there. Incredibly lucky. That almost feels like I intentionally did that. That I purposely missed it knowing exactly where it was, but I swear I did not. I imagine the truth is they intentionally put it at the beginning of that really long section so that you could find it. So, we are at nighttime. We could purchase that guy. We could swing back to this. We could see what these quests are. There's a couple of them. We bought fish, so it wouldn't be a terrible idea to go turn that in and get that mithril brick, but I don't really want to do that. We've got this whole section here. Let's go to this point. See if we can get some of these mithril bricks in the next 13 minutes, since we haven't done very much progress in the past two recordings. They've both been kind of slowly paced. Seems like the game likes to find ways to make things move slower than I would prefer. Oh, really? What in the world? How am I supposed to do that? Alright. This looks like I have to play as an elf. So Legolas. But Legolas won't make it through that either. Is there some item that would have you fly? Just straight up fly. I mean, for the life of me, I don't think there is. Where could I fly? Like, say I started right there. That doesn't make sense. What is the game even asking of me? It's a dragon mouthpiece there. It's like, and see, if we had a character such as, it's like Gandalf. Nope. If we had a character such as Smaug, that would make more sense. This is ridiculous. Well, let's fly to this. No, because it immediately starts this way. So, and when it puts you on the ground, here, I think I may be bugged. Yeah, it would help if the game wasn't bugged. Alright, let's see. Quit game. Save and exit. And load game back up. I've never had to do so much accommodation to a game. I've never been willing to allow a game to be this buggy and still play it. This is unacceptably bad. So it's like, so that is your destination. Fly to that area. As soon as you start flying, it's nighttime again. The only thing I could think is that from a very specific direction, this eagle would come down and fly through the ring. Maybe. There's the shadow of the ring. So it's like, but getting up from that location doesn't do anything. It's only the downward motion that's actually accurate. So now, being right to the right of it, fly back to this way. And let's see. This theoretically should work. But if it doesn't, I have no idea. Unless there's some character that can... No, it flew in from an entirely different section. Maybe there's a mount. Custom mount 1. Custom mount 2. Where do you make the custom mounts? By the way, I don't think you do in this game. Because I haven't seen any way that you could customize these. And frankly, I don't even know why these things exist. That's my favorite so far, the pink one. A warg. That's cool. Kind of mushroom. This looks like a mushroom from Minecraft. Ooh, that's nice. And then on top of that, you have the DLC that is the moose. And the moose is about as tall as you can get. And the spider. So unless the spider also had some stuff. No. Notice how the mounts also kind of disappear immediately. Elven agility with maybe some boots. A mythical set of boots that would... Mythical slippers has elven agility. So mythical slippers on this with that... Oh, it really is. such dumbness. Where's the next one? I don't think I'm gonna get this. I don't think I'm gonna get this done. It's a hold down A, press for a full jump, and then dive through it. Wow. Man, this is just in the wrong place. I'm gonna follow this path downward and hope this is right, even though it's pointing me into a different section. And there's nothing wrong with this race other than the fact that how it starts. Jump down to that. Mithril brick collected. Wow. What a pain that was. Well, if I have to go that way, I'll just set this as my destination first. Probably should take a break and just run around the map a little bit, getting some more mithril bricks, getting some more characters. What's this guy want?
Clap, snap, the black, crack, grip, grab, pinch. Blab. Oh, it's no good. No, it's no good. No, I can't remember the rest of the song. I need the other two members of the band here to sing their verses so I can finish it. Go grab those lazy louts up, will ya?
So it's a hide and seek thing. Let's see. Where's the... This guy doesn't have a bow? That's strange for an elf. Okay. So I'm looking for this. Go. I got 30 seconds to hit more of these. More of these guys. I'm in the wrong position, I think. Come on. I'm gonna have to be faster than that. Alright. Start with one that I can actually hit. Let's just run. Instead of hitting them, let's just go bam. Next. 2, 3, 4. Five. Is that enough time? 6. 7. Missing them. 1, 2. What should I be using as my technique here? If these things would, if I could hit them with my target, with my arrow, that would work. It's like 2 seconds. Almost had it. Almost had it. So I need to switch back to my bow as soon as these guys start getting too far away, and then run towards some of them too. Ah. Oh my, oh my. So, well, I don't see a reason for you to sit here and watch me do this. Yeah, so I think I'll do this one off screen and nothing else. Just, I don't see a point in the multiple attempts that I'm gonna have to take here of doing this simply because the dumb game doesn't want to recognize when I've hit him. It's just being stubborn. And for no reason here. See, I almost had it right there. Anywho, that's gonna be it for this recording. We spent almost all of the level just doing this. I am gonna turn off, well, everything is off because I exited, so I'll turn off disguises and have to bring everything back on. Might as well have Super Slap on. That would probably help even like right now. Let's see, yeah. Yep. So let's try it again with all the extras on. And then we've got this hide and seek quest I didn't even do, so I guess we'll start that next time too. I got 5 seconds to find one and hit it. There we go, got it done. But I don't see a reason to do the hide and seek level, so you saw me do it. Are you gonna bring up the menu? Pause screen, bring up everything so we can see it. We are at 52.7%. We've got 50 of 98 characters unlocked, 88 of 160 mini kits, 14 mithril bricks, so we could probably make 2 or 3 things. We have 10 of 16 character levels with Master Thief unlocked. We have 25 of 32 mithril designs. Still only at 8 of 32 red bricks. We've collected 107 of 250 mithril bricks. So even though it doesn't seem like there's that many, there must be a lot more mithril bricks on the map than what I think, unless they're all just from levels, and that wouldn't make much sense either. There's something going on here. Maybe more quests will unlock as we unlock more characters or something. I don't know. We'll have to find out. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.